Hey students, if you're in class 10 and struggling with subjects like maths, science, or social science, then this video is for you. We understand that preparing for the class 10 boards can be a daunting task, especially when it comes to the compulsory subjects. But don't worry, in this video, we are going to share with you subject-wise strategies that will help you excel in all the compulsory subjects of class 10 to achieve 100% marks. Whether it's understanding complex concepts in maths, mastering practicals in science, or memorizing facts and figures in social science, we have got you covered. You should also check out part 1 of this video to know all tips and tricks toppers follow before starting their subject-wise preparation. Before starting with the subject-wise strategy, let's go through some important resources first. Getting ready for an exam can feel like going on a big adventure without a map. That's why it's important to know what you're going to be tested on. You should analyze the syllabus and the exam pattern, as every year CBSE makes some changes to the syllabus and the exam pattern, and it is important to know those changes so that you can focus your hard work on important chapters. It's like having a cool guide to show you the way. Now you are aware of the chapters and topics to study, but another burning question that must come to your mind is what books and resources to follow. NCERT is the book recommended by the board and those who have already been there and done that, toppers. Did you know that in the latest edition of NCERT, CBSE has removed all the deleted topics and chapters, so you don't have to worry about accidentally studying deleted topics. So, check the year of NCERT textbook before you start studying. Also, all the updated NCERT textbooks are available on EduRev. You should read NCERT and also solve all the questions in NCERT and NCERT Exemplar. But let's be real, sometimes even the best of us need a little extra help. If you find NCERT a bit difficult to understand, don't worry. You can use other books to supplement your learning and get a better grip on the topics. And if you're more of a visual learner, check out EduRev, where every topic is explained in detail through videos. But don't stop there. To really test your knowledge, you'll need to attempt tests and sample papers. And guess what? You can find all of those on EduRev too. Now let's move on to the section you are waiting for so long. What should be the strategy to study all the compulsory subjects like mathematics, science, social science, English and Hindi? Let's start with mathematics first. Mathematics is a subject that many students find difficult. Before starting with mathematics preparation tips, let's answer the question that you'll be faced with at the beginning of the term: should you choose mathematics basic or standard? So, CBSE has provided the students of class 10 with the opportunity to choose between two different levels of mathematics exams: basic mathematics and standard mathematics. The syllabus will be the same for both types of examinations. The difference is in the level of the examination. Basic mathematics is easier as compared to standard mathematics. Basic maths is for students who do not want to pursue maths in class 11 and 12. While standard maths is compulsory for students who want to take up maths in class 11, 12 and college. In both the scenarios, students have to study NCERT. For students who opt for standard mathematics, you should also practice optional questions given in NCERT. Moving on, did you know that many topics in class 10 are similar to, or an extension of topics that you have studied in class 9? So make sure that your basics of those topics are clear. If needed, revise those class 9 topics before beginning your class 10 preparation. We will discuss those topics shortly. Until this point, you are most probably aware of your weak topics in mathematics from your class 9 result, so you should focus on those weak topics in the beginning. One common issue faced by students is that they find it difficult to build interest in mathematics. For this, you can follow a few simple tips. Be consistent in school. If you are consistent in school, and you are able to understand some of the mathematical concepts in class, and then doing your homework at home, you'll have to spend very little extra time practicing mathematics. Most of the homework in mathematics is to solve practice questions related to whatever topic you have studied in school. So be consistent in your homework. Make sure that you study mathematics at least 4 to 6 hours in a week. You should take help of visualization tools to understand the abstract concepts of mathematics. Many students feel that mathematics is all about numbers, and hence they feel that it is difficult to understand it without pictures or diagrams. But all those numbers can be understood with the help of pictures and diagrams. After you have understood the concepts, how should you practice mathematics questions? You should practice writing answers in steps as marks are given on the basis of steps. You can see the marking scheme provided by the CBSE on the screen here. You should also practice 30 to 100 questions from different sources apart from NCERTs, and the number of questions is dependent on the topic. Most of the time high weightage questions are asked from limited chapters only, like trigonometry, triangles, and so on, so practice those topics and chapters from the beginning. Now let's discuss which topics from Class 9 are important for Class 10. In Class 9 you studied the number system, and in Class 10 we will elaborate it more and study real numbers. Similarly with polynomials. Coordinate geometry, which was a simple and easy chapters, will include a lot of new topics. We have extended version of pair of linear equations into variables in Class 10. In Class 9 in triangles we studied congruency, which will have some use in Class 10, but majorly in Class 10 the topic covered will be similarities. In lines and angles chapter of Class 9 you should study properties which are used in geometry. In Class 10 circles questions, theorems of Class 9 will be used. There is no linking in constructions. The formula of Heron's is used in circles chapters. All the formulas of surface, areas and volume will be used. Similarly, concepts of statistics and probability will be used in Class 10 as well. Now that we have a clear idea of which topics from Class 9 are important for Class 10, it's time to shift our focus to another crucial subject, science. First things first, start by understanding the concepts thoroughly from the NCERT textbook. If you need some extra help, you can always turn to video lectures and reference books to clarify any doubts you may have. But just studying the concepts is not enough. While studying, make sure to make detailed notes that cover all the important topics and definitions. Highlight the areas that you find challenging so that you can revise them later. You can even include previous year questions in your notes to give you a better understanding of what to expect. Also create formula sheets books with all the formulas of physics and chemistry. Numericals can be scoring if you have practiced them and can make you lose marks if you ignore them. And what's the point of studying if you can't retain any of the information? That's where revision comes in. But it's not just about reading your notes over and over again. Try writing down what you have learned without looking at your notes. This will help you recall information better and also improve your writing skills. Once you have got the hang of it, it's time to put your knowledge to the test by solving all the NCERT questions. Also practice different types of questions by solving NCERT exemplars. This will give you an edge over others and you can practice different types of questions. If you want more practice, Class 10 Science book by Lakhmir Singh and Manjit Kaur is another good reference book recommended by the experts. Try to study at least one chapter of science each week. Let's move on to preparation tips for social science. Many of the steps are going to be similar to science, such as reading NCERT, making notes, then revising the topics by writing them down and repeating. The few points that I'd like to emphasize is, for social studies, read the NCERT line by line, as questions are picked directly from NCERT. Take your time to understand each concept thoroughly before moving on. While studying, make sure to take detailed notes alongside the concepts. Highlight the topics that are tricky or especially important so that you can revisit them during revision. You can write different questions from reference books that can be asked related to a particular topic so that you become aware of the different types of questions that can be asked in the exam. Your notes should be detailed enough to cover all the definitions and topics that could potentially appear in the final exam. Do not study answers from guides as there are mistakes in them, only read the questions from them. One interesting tip to remember facts: create mnemonics patterns to memorize facts, like important dates, events, and names. For example, to remember the 4 pillars of democracy in India: legislature, executive, judiciary, and media, we can use the mnemonic "Let's eat jalebis and munch." Another example of mnemonic is to remember the different types of soil in India: alluvial, black, red, laterite, desert. Use all black roosters like dances. And speaking of retaining what you have learned, follow the similar method of revision as in science, that is, practice writing out what you have learned without looking at your notes. This will help you remember the information better and improve your writing skills. Practice answer writing according to the marks. For instance, in 3 marks questions, you have to write 3 points. Now let's move on to the preparation tips for English and Hindi. Read extensively. The best way to improve your English and Hindi language skills is to read extensively. You should read your textbooks like short stories, newspapers, and other relevant material to enhance your vocabulary and grammar. Practice writing. Writing is an essential part of the Class 10 English and Hindi exams. Make sure to practice writing essays, letters, and other types of compositions to improve your writing skills. Write at least 1 to 2 writing pieces per week. Focus on grammar. Grammar is a crucial aspect of both English and Hindi. Make sure to revise the grammar rules thoroughly and practice using them in your writing. You can practice grammar from books like Wren and Martin. Study English and Hindi for few hours per week and do not leave their preparation for the end. Improve your comprehension skills. The Class 10 English and Hindi exams often include comprehension passages. To improve your comprehension skills, practice reading passages and answering questions related to them. In poems, generally literary devices are asked, so make sure that their concepts are clear to you. Memorize important questions and answers of literature. Both English and Hindi exams include questions in the literature section that are frequently asked. Make a list of such questions and memorize the answers to them. And there you have it, students. You now know how to start studying for Class 10. We hope that you found these tips helpful and that you'll be able to implement them in your study routine. Remember, preparation is key, and with hard work, determination, and the right resources, you can excel in your Class 10 boards. So go ahead, put in the effort, and achieve the success that you deserve. Best of luck.